Good afternoon and welcome to the Elite Hockey Experiences Inaugural Draft Lottery. I'm Kevin Lacey, the Commissioner of the EHE, and I welcome you here this afternoon. Unfortunately, could not air this live on YouTube or on Skype due to unforeseen circumstances with just the nature of getting that all broadcast. So it's tape delayed, but I hope that you enjoy this. It should be a lot of fun. This league is supposed to be a lot of fun, and that's why we're doing it. I do want to thank all 30 of you, or 29 of you, plus myself, for wanting to be a part of this. We had 48 applicants, which is way more than I thought we would get. I honestly thought we'd fill the league at the end of next week, and we've been full for 2 weeks now. So it's pretty awesome of all of you guys that you guys want to be a part of this. And I apologize for not being around the last few days. I had prior work obligations, excuse me, and so hopefully we'll have this draft lottery as well as the player ratings unveiling here this evening. So it should be an exciting time. How we're going to do this is we're going to draft number 1, and then from there we will go from 30 down to 2, and then we will show who number 1 is. I will keep number 1 aside. So let's get things started, because you guys don't want to hear me talk anyway. So this is selection number 1. First overall, will it be Crosby? Will it be Stamkos? Will it be Adam Burish? Alright, selection number 1. I should mention that in the test run of this, Colorado Avalanche were number 1 overall, and so sorry to Mark, who is not first overall. You could actually, but the chances are pretty low. It's to keep a 1 in 30 chance. That's why we're drawing first overall. Now this is going to be 30th overall, and we got one that's stuck here. Okay, there we go. 30th overall. 30th overall. Now the good thing about being 30th overall is you do get to pick 31st. In my fantasy football league, it's a 10-team league, and I was 10th, dead last, and right now I am 7-3, I think, in the season. I'm in first place as 10th. So you can make your own great pick at 30, and then at 31. I swear we're not hating on the foreigners. The Minnesota Wild. Harold, you're 30th overall. I wish you the best of luck. I wish better for you, but 30th is yours, my friend. And so Harold, 30th overall. And of course, now that I picked the Wild wind has picked up, and I'm sure all of these are going to blow away when it's within the next 5 picks anyway. So let's do 29th overall. Minnesota, no, you cannot go back into this. There's no do-overs here. 29th. Belongs to the Columbus Blue Jackets. So apparently the EHE has something against the last 2 teams to join the real NHL. So 30-29, Minnesota and Columbus. As you can see, I'm doing it this way so that you don't think that the drawing is unfair. Hopefully, I'm sure someone will find a way to say it's unfair. But let's hope not, because I really think that we have 30 strong GMs here. And yeah, it'll be great. So 28 goes to the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets were the Atlanta Thrashers. So Eric, I hope for your sake that 27th is not Nashville. I don't know how that happened. We got, okay, this is not a pick. We've got a foul. This thing's kind of cheap, but it's a cool way to draft, I think, and the most fair, and it doesn't look like, because, I mean, for me personally, I want 8th overall, and I don't want to just say, hey, I'm 8th, guys. Like, I want to, you know, this is fair. So, here is 27th. 27th belongs to, it's not the Nashville Predators. It's the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo, you are 27th overall. Definitely a far cry from where Buffalo will be picking in the real NHL draft this summer. But hey, 27th overall. So you got a whole bunch of snow, and now you're 27th overall. 26. The 26th overall. There goes Buffalo flying in the wind. I just drew 2. Okay, so, well, actually, no. The best thing to do is actually to spin it. 26th overall. The Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto Maple Leafs are 26th overall. Moving on to 25. 25. Again, man, these are sticking together here. 25, as I was. 25 goes to the Philadelphia Flyers. Philadelphia is 25. Now, Brian, I have to say, Brian, I'm sure you really want Claude Giroux. That's just my hunch. As a Flyers fan that got the Flyers, I'm sure you want Claude Giroux. I don't really think he's going to be there at 25, but trades are allowed. You can't trade your pick. You can't do, I'll give you 25 and 47 for 2020. You can't do that. Okay, Brian, I know you're mad about 25, I'm sure. Yeah, we won't be doing that. But you can trade players once the draft is over with. So, 24, also in Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh Penguins. 24 goes to Pittsburgh. 23. 23rd overall goes to the New York Rangers. So we're just staying in that division apparently. 23, New York. New York. Part of the reason why this league started late was because I went to Europe at the end of September, so that cost 3 weeks of time on this. But I did meet some awesome New York Rangers fans while I was in Amsterdam, and that has nothing to do with this league, but I'm killing time in between picks, so. We really are staying in this division. 22, New Jersey Devils, 22. Dave, you got my favorite number, but glad not to be. Let's just spin that a little slower and really mix this up. Okay, 22. We'll go to the far end here. Or no, that's just 21 actually. 22 is New Jersey. 21 overall is the Boston Bruins. Boston, 21. So apparently this Tumblr decided that it heard me about all the expansion teams, and now it's going for all these the original 21 teams. So that was the bottom 10. 30th being Minnesota and 21 being the Boston Bruins. Now 20th overall. All right, that's the Carolina Hurricanes. So I'm 20th overall. That's not the end of the world. That's not the end of the world. But all right, 20th it is. One of my favorite goalies, Evgeny Nabokov. Unfortunately, one of actually my least favorite goalie all time, Ed Belfour. 20th, not 20th overall, but number 20. So now we're going to 19. 19. All right, this is gonna be interesting. Cisco, you're number 19. For those of you that don't know, Cisco lives 10 minutes that way. So he and I will be fighting between 19 and 20, and then what does that make it? Pick number 40 and 41, I think. That's going to be interesting. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, what the hell, you took my guy. Anyway, 18 overall here. And it goes to the Tampa Bay Gatorades. Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay, you're 18th overall. And now for number 17. Pick number 17 in the EHE Inaugural Draft will go to the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers are 17. Hey, George, you didn't really expect Edmonton to be first overall, really? I mean, heck, Edmonton's had enough of being first overall. So, okay, then we'll just go with that one. Rounding out the end of the second half of the first round. Anyway, 16 for the Florida Panthers. 16 Florida. That is an excellent pick, Adam. That's an excellent pick. Right in the middle of every round. So you don't, pretty consistent on that. 15 will be the, I'd actually kind of like to see it be Ottawa, because Ottawa and Florida are friends. So let's see. 15th is giving me trouble. Okay, it's the Arizona Coyotes. The Arizona Coyotes. It really sounds weird to say, but it makes a lot more sense than Phoenix, since they've never played in Phoenix. The Seattle Wolves. Yeah, well, we can only hope, right? Or for some of you, the Quebec Nordiques. Where are we at? 14? 14, I believe. 14th overall belongs to the Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago, 14th overall. Right now, Ed Olczyk is going, Duncan Keith, 14, Duncan Keith. Trust me, if you're a Blackhawks fan, don't deny it. You know he's all about Duncan Keith. And when he's not, it's Jonathan Toews. Les Habitants de Montréal, 13th overall. Montreal Canadiens. 12th overall here coming up. All these things are blowing over whoever got first overall. 12th overall. I hope you guys are nervous about getting possibly first overall. You could get Pierre Maguire's boy, Sidney Crosby. 12th overall goes to the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis. 12th overall. Okay. 11th overall, and now rounding out the middle tier of the draft here. '11th overall goes to Guillaume's Calgary Flames. 11th overall. Nice pick, nice pick. '11th overall. Here is 10th. And the 10th overall pick. The top 10. Top 10 pick. The San Jose Sharks. You know, if you were really a Sharks GM, this would get traded with a second, a third, and a fourth round pick for the 8th overall pick, right? Yeah. Anyway, Mark, you're 10th overall. I know some of you probably wondering why I didn't take San Jose myself, but I wanted to know, I wanted to see if someone else wanted to be San Jose, as their top choice, and Mark did, so I let him be San Jose. And Carolina and Buffalo were my other choices for myself. Kenny wanted Buffalo, and nobody wanted Carolina. Carolina and Washington. Washington had no... Speaking of Washington, I wonder if Nope, it's not Washington. Number 9 overall is the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa, number 9. Ottawa, home to 5,000 Ottawa Senators fans and 15,000 Montreal or Toronto fans, depending on who the Senators are playing. Alright, so here's 8 overall as my neighbors start yelling at each other. 8th overall is the Los Angeles Kings. Steve, you got my pick. You got 8th overall. LA, one of my favorite things. Yeah. But 8th overall to LA. Seventh overall. Just gonna spin that. You know what? There's one of these is like off on the side. Oh, we go from LA to one of my other least favorite teams. 7th overall. Jesse, I'm sure you're a good guy, but I hate the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars are 7th overall. And let's just mix these all over the place. 6th overall. Goes to the Washington Capitals, 6th overall. So that's what I was starting to say earlier. Yeah, nobody wanted Washington. I couldn't believe that. Not a lot of Ovechkin fans all of a sudden. I'm sure he's going to be a top 5 pick. Hey, Washington 6th overall. He might just end up going to Washington. So, yeah, I just thought that was weird. But hey, Jared, thanks for taking Washington. Not like you had a choice. You were the 30th GM brought into our league. And now we're in the top 5, guys. Top 5! So, the Vancouver Canucks, 5th overall. Vancouver. Into 4th. Going to 4th overall. 4th overall. I'm trying to think of who's left. Did Anaheim go? Anaheim. Islanders, okay, they didn't go. Well, the Islanders, you were 4th overall. New York Islanders. Ryan, you've been kind of driving me nuts lately on the forum. It's okay. I love your passion. You got 4th overall. I think you wanted Tavares too, if I'm not mistaken. That's a possibility, but hey, that's for you guys to decide. Okay, here's 3rd overall. Oh, I guess I'm gonna grab that one because I can't even find the other one. 3rd overall goes to the Colorado Avalanche. Mark, I think you were actually the 3rd GM to be admitted to EHE, so 3rd overall for you makes a lot of sense. So we've got 2 teams left. One of them's Nashville, and one of them I really don't even remember. So we're gonna draw number 2 here, the 2nd overall pick. I'm actually going to rip the first one here so that I can immediately show it. Okay, the 2nd overall pick goes to, oh, they didn't go. The Anaheim Ducks, which means that the number 1 overall pick in the EHE draft goes to the Nashville Predators. So I don't know. Minnesota 30. Columbus was 29. Atlanta, Winnipeg 28, and Nashville 1. 1st overall. Eric. Well done. Well, that's not going to work. Eric is going to have the 1st overall pick. The crack at Pierre's boy, or the other popular pick seems to be Steven Stamkos, but we'll find out. That's for Eric to decide. You guys get your draft lists ready. I'm going to go work on the player ratings. Thank you all for watching this video, and we look forward to an exciting season here in the Elite Hockey Experience.